Commonwealth. Crusaders of the Commonwealth. Crusaders of the Commonwealth. Crusaders of the Commonwealth. Crusaders of the Commonwealth.
Hey, we want to give a quick shout out to our boy Darcy and the other dude, I can't remember, Brian Hall, I think is his name. They have a podcast called Crusaders of the Commonwealth. I'll leave a link to their YouTube in the YouTube channel and on the Spotify about this episode, whatever it's called. They gave us a shout out on their podcast, so we're doing the same for them. Check them out. They got cool content. It's very similar to our podcast. It's just some dudes hanging out talking about shit.
Yeah, and that's what we do here, and that's what they do there. We hit them with a little Uno reverse card on that. Shouts out.
So Crusaders of the Commonwealth are officially big boys.
Big boys, you've been donned.
Oh,
big boys.
Woo!
We rockin', big boys talking. Got my Nikes on. John's crockin'. It might be shocking. It's just big boys talking. Turkeys flocking. Big boys talking. Apple sauces. Big boys talking. Juice!
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Big Boys Talking Podcast. How do we stay together? We consistently over
the last okay. All right, I'm going to set this down.
Yeah.
So over the past little bit of podcasting, we've really gotten our in sync patterns down. And it's gotten scary to the point to where we're like, I'll think something and John will finish the sentence out loud.
Yeah.
It's really weird stuff.
And we do it when we're not doing this.
Yeah. It happens more often when we're not.
I feel like we did it
podcast.
a couple times at the show
It was super
last
weird.
week.
We just say the same thing. Or John would be talking about something and I'd hear him and I'd realize I'm telling somebody the same thing. I'm like, what is going on?
We are the same.
You know, big boys are on the same frequency. You know what else big boys are, John?
What it is?
Big boys, we are
here. And you are here with us, and I just want to say...
Technically, they're there.
They're there.
We're here, and you're there, and we're all
together.
We're all together.
We're together through the harmony of the internet, which... what's that weird-ass looking dude that owns Facebook's name?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg.
Mark
Zuckerberg.
I don't know why I clicked. I don't know what that was.
He's trying to unite us together through the metaverse.
Thank you, Zuck. We love you.
I have...
Just kidding.
You
kind of suck a lot. You always sell my information.
You watch videos of him talking, and even his presentation videos, that man looks like he has no soul.
Yeah.
There's no emotion. I am convinced he is a robot.
Yeah.
That's just a straight AI robot thing. He's just trying to take over the world.
I think he's just hit that point of Jeff Bezos did it too, where you hit that point of having so much money that you accidentally inadvertently turn into somewhat of a villain.
Yeah.
And no joke, this is not a joke whatsoever. Go back and look at videos of Jeff Bezos 10 years ago versus videos of Jeff Bezos today. That man's evil now. I don't know what happened to him. It's the money. And so you get too much money, you turn into a bad boy.
It's funny you talk about...
Not a big boy.
Not a big boy, a bad boy. And if we had money, we'd just be bigger boys.
Yeah, because I'd spend it on food. No one had no money.
We'd be eating.
Yo, bro, I'd buy a whole cookout. I'd invest in cookout.
I own this cookout. Come in. Where's the cheeseburgers?
Or could I get all the cheddar bites, please? Thank you.
I was going on a rant about people not understanding, because I have a friend at work that was asking me about the... Is that a weird feeling?
Yeah, sure.
Whatever. Was asking me if I knew much about this whole infrastructure bill they're trying to implement within the government Biden keeps talking about. And I'm like, oh, that's just something every new president does. They're like, hey, here's my take on the economy. And it's just like and I was like, in reality, it's not going to, it doesn't, I mean, it does to an extent over time, but really all it is just the interest of the companies with the lobby. Whatever lobbyist is in there with the Democrats, they're like, hey, here's this money. You should do this tax.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, all right.
It's not like the government decides every year, like they get up together on like January 5th and they're like, okay, this is how the economy is going to run this year, boys.
Yeah.
This is how people are going to spend their money. Okay. Yeah. See,
if you didn't know, there are people, their entire job is to work for companies, and they go and persuade, by any means necessary, politicians to make laws and bills that help said companies.
And that's on jaw.
That's on jaw. Capitalism. We like it.
And we all know that there's no ethical consumption under late stage versions of it.
We just be killing ourselves. It's tight.
It's so sick.
Tight, bro.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, wow, you have an extra $160 in your bank account? Check this out. It's only $140. Wow.
Wow, it's so cool.
And I'm just like, whoa, I don't need that. Bye. And, dude, what's really old, getting back to Suckinberg.
Oh, Zuckyburger.
He's in with the federal agents who watch us on our phones. So when we talk about things, all of a sudden we get ads on them.
Yeah.
Dude, that's legitimately kind of creepy. Like, I understand that, like, it's no secret our smartphones are legitimately pretty much always picking up any and all data. Like, we search and what is around. Like, the mic's on.
Yeah.
And it's recording shit. Like, come on. Like, let's not be, this isn't a conspiracy.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and neither is John. We don't really like dive into that bullshit, mostly because it's almost all anti-Semitic. So check yourself.
Yeah,
but I mean, if you don't think that additional information is being provided to the government through like the literal speakers and GPS tracking devices, as well as the cameras that we have in both the front and back of the devices in our pockets, grow up.
Right, dude. That was funny. There was this lady at work. She was getting her car worked on, and they asked if while they had it up on the rack, they could look for any type of GPS tracking device, because apparently her ex-husband was stalking her. And they were all looking, and they were like, man, we don't see anything anywhere. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I was like, who is it? And I went up to her. I was like, hi, ma'am. I was like, I understand you were wanting to know if there was a GPS tracker or anything on your vehicle.
Right.
She was like, yeah. And I was like, we didn't see anything. And I was like, but can I ask you, what kind of phone do you have? She was like, oh, I have an iPhone. And I was like, oh, is it an iPhone? Like, what model is it? She was like, it's an iPhone 11. I was like, okay. And I was just like, not to get into your personal life, but did you get said phone when you were still with the person that's currently, like stalking you and stuff? She was like, yeah, actually I was. And I was like, more than likely what has happened is he's actually got you on a Track My iPhone.
Yeah.
I was like, basically you're holding a GPS tracking device in your hand with that. Dude, that lady legitimately seemed terrified when I was telling her that. Like, I could have just like kept going. I'd be like, yeah, and also literally the government can just watch and like record anything you do or say at any point in time on that thing.
Yeah, they can
like
pull
as we're
to
filming this on
CCTVs.
my iPhone. Shoot, the FBI boys might be just sitting there. They might be the front row seatmen for Big Boys Talking.
Yeah,
so
honestly,
FBI agents, my FBI agents, if you're watching right now, hey, welcome to Big Boys Talking live edition.
Shout out to our NSA agents out there keeping the peace and listening in. You guys are probably really mad every single time you get like a red flag on my phone for the word weed, and it's just John being like, "Oh, weed, I'm straight edge."
Pot leaves everywhere.
That's John.
Yeah. Old zucking us.
Yeah, I don't really like.
He's zucking us dry.
I haven't read anything about this whole metaverse thing, so I don't really feel like getting into.
I didn't look too far into it. All I saw the first 30 seconds of the like introduction video.
Yeah,
and it's like Mark Zuckerberg, and he's like, Yeah, okay, I'll see you later. And it's like an AI watch, like like Back to the Future shit, and it goes and he's like, "Hi, I'm Mark Zuckerberg. You may know me from Facebook."
His eyes they blink sideways because he's a lizard person.
Tom got out while he could.
Yeah.
Tom made out good, man. I bet you he's living the sweet life.
I miss Tom. Tom, I hope you're still sitting in front of that whiteboard somewhere.
Looking back, just smiling at everybody.
I miss Tom.
What
man.
a guy.
You know who I don't miss?
Who's that?
Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey is the CEO of Twitter, as well as Cash App. Fuck you, Jack Dorsey. Give me my Twitter back.
Give my boy Twitter back.
I terroristically threatened 5 people accidentally on purpose. Give it back. I just want to be funny. It's been months. It's not a joke anymore.
It's been months. My man needs his Twitter.
I would really like my Twitter back, Jack Dorsey. I hope that's his name. I think that's his name.
I hope old Dorsey or Jackie boy.
More like Jack Dorky.
I hope he has a bad day every day.
Yeah, I hope that his socks are constantly wet.
Oh, got him!
Like no matter what he does, they're just always too wet.
I did what you did last week.
Bonk.
I just hit my shelf.
I hope you can hear that. I hope you can hear the little bonk.
Since we're on the subject of all these social media applications,
yep.
Boy, TikTok has been wild lately.
How's it? I don't have TikTok. Everybody knows that, and I'm still never going to get TikTok because I'm one of those guys. But I'll watch them 3 weeks later in the form of YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels.
I got TikTok because it was compared to Vine, and I loved Vine.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of the people that were on Vine were getting on TikTok at the time, so that's why I got it. And now I kind of use it to advertise for Big Boys.
Big Boys are talking and ticking.
We're on the TikToking under Big John of Big Boys Talking, I believe is what my name is on there.
How creative.
And it's a picture of me going.
That's
in
John.
a microphone. Going.
That's John.
If you're listening, you didn't see it. But
it was
just imagine me eating a hot
eating a
dog,
microphone.
but replace it with a microphone. But so there's this. Of course, there's always like the conservative people, the leftist people, like they're on everything.
Right.
But there's this really cool guy. His name on TikTok is like Modern Warrior.
Yeah,
it's like modern_warrior. Because there's a big indigenous people and native like community on TikTok, which is really cool because like
I've seen Shelby gets into that like side because I know there's like sides of TikTok. But like that she ends up with that on her For You page a lot.
Yeah, it's really rad because there's a lot of like that particular person, Modern Warrior. I think their name's Lance. I've learned so much that I had no clue, or like they give like small detail or links to certain things, and like I've legitimately like within the last like couple months of following that person on TikTok have learned so much about the history of indigenous people in America and stuff.
Yeah.
But he or they God, I got that bubble in my throat. Sorry, I'm not exactly sure of their pronouns, so I'm not going to try to be a dick about it.
That's nice.
So I'm just going to say they just to keep it nice and simple. Inclusive. Exactly. That's what we do here at Big Boys. But they coined this phrase where they would start videos saying, "Hey, colonizer," and like so they would stitch and duet with people.
Yeah.
That were doing and saying just dumbass racist stuff, and he just is always just this like somber, real serious look on their face.
Yeah.
And they're jacked too. Like they're fucking ripped. And they got like the fucking badass like Native American hair. Like just jet black, just beautiful. Like I envy it so much.
I bet you do.
I wish just any hair at all.
Any hair at all.
But it's just always like, "Hey, colonizer." And then they just tear them apart with nothing but facts.
I like
and
that.
They have done like they've pissed so many people off, but they pissed this one dude off, and I can't even remember what he's gone through like 4 accounts now. It's like Misfit Patriot, and then it's like Misfit Patriot 2.0. That, and he kept like I bet you can guess what he looks like but I'm going to describe it to you and see if you can guess. See if that was what was in your head. He's a meathead with a big beard, wears American flag hats all the time.
Mm-hmm. With the rip-off ones?
Yeah.
Yep.
And
sunglasses?
Always has sunglasses on his head normally.
They're the ones that fit like real tight around your eyes?
Yeah. And does a blue-collar hard labor job, but it's the business he owns.
Oh, it's likely like...
and he wears like the Punisher Skull T-shirts and like the Wounded Warriors shirts and all that.
Oh, I bet he has like an ironed-in like pressed little circle on his back pocket from where he like got brand new jeans, put a dip can in the back of them, and then literally ironed them for hours to get that fucking circle.
So this dude goes after that Modern Warrior guy. And it literally all started because he made a video where he you can stitch with them.
Yeah.
And he goes, I don't know, is it anybody else or do they get pedophile vibes off of Modern Warrior? Like, just complete left field, didn't call him a racist, none of that.
We go straight for, this guy's a pedophile.
And was like, and then so literally all of the bigger indigenous people on TikTok, and then it got to all the BLM people in TikTok. Basically, any and all people who fight for minority rights on TikTok and do education and stuff
saw that video.
All went in on this
and
guy.
Just attacked
and so
him.
He's like, so he's been going back, and dude, it's been going on for weeks, and
Praise.
it's the funniest thing because at first he's all like, "Oh, you think you can attack me? You think you blah blah blah? You think?" And then he's like, "Oh, well, I got a lawyer and this and that." But then they keep proving him wrong because they're like, "Oh, because he will mark out certain things and put up a website and stuff." And she was like, "Oh, are you talking about this website?" And it shows it, and it's for a DUI lawyer, and he's trying to saying he's going to sue them for slander and all this. And he was like, and then eventually he's been going live on accounts like he was just crying, and he was just like, "You're destroying my life. Why would you?" It's just because you called somebody a pedophile when they're like, here's my thing. I think a lot of internet drama, especially when it comes to politics or anything like that, is really stupid.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Sweep it under the rug. Who cares? We were talking about that in a group chat, and I said, I'm done with that stuff. If I see you and I have an issue with you when it comes to that kind of stuff, I'm just going to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a racist, I'm going to be like, hey, you're a racist. Yeah. You suck.
You pop off, you're going to get your ass whooped, and that's the end of it.
It is what it is. And, but there's something about watching somebody with a big platform like that just get
crumbled.
Because he's a big, he really holds on to his masculinity.
Oh,
and they stripped it from him. They took every ounce of big dick energy he had and threw it in the trash.
Poor guy. He got his little weenie stepped on.
Dude, it rules. You get what you deserve. And that's another thing that Modern Warrior guy says. They always say, have the day you deserve. And it's yo, that's so,
incredible.
Dude, that's it's one of those how you hear certain lines or you're man, that's hard.
That's hard as shit.
Dude.
That's the one.
Have the day you deserve.
God.
But yeah, that's so that's what's going on TikTok. Plus a bunch of lawyers just going in about the Kyle Rittenhouse bullcrap.
Stupid idiot.
Yeah,
that's all we're gonna say. He's a stupid idiot. He's a stupid idiot who killed people. Doesn't matter who he killed. He killed people, and he did it when he was underage with a gun across state lines from the state that he lived in. It was illegal. Everybody can just
also his
mom.
Also his mom. Regardless of what your stance is on any of that stuff, as a parent, knowing and allowing your child to go out and do that, you're a dumb bitch.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're a dumb. I would never, if my kid was either of my kids were 17, and they wanted to go do a protest on either side, easy. And I knew things would get violent, I would not allow it.
Yeah, no.
Now, when you're an adult, you get to decide those things for yourself. But as your guardian, as someone that I have to protect them until they're legal adults and they can take care of themselves. It is not in my best interest. I would have, when I went to the protest in Louisville, there would have never been a time where I've been like, I'm going to take my kids to this.
No.
I knew it was going to happen. And for the safety of my children, they stayed home.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we did the march here in Richmond, absolutely, they came with us. It was presented as a family activity.
Yeah.
And there was tons of kids, tons of families. It was very peaceful. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's knowing those situations. So in my head, Mama knew.
Yep.
Little bitch face knew.
That's neglect, if you ask me.
Yeah, in all honesty.
It's child neglect.
It is what it is. Listen, I don't care what you believe in, what your political stances are, what your moral stances are. A kid walking around with a gun is not cool.
No.
And I'm for guns. I am 100% a gun right enthusiast. I think everyone should have guns. I think everyone should know how to use guns.
Yeah.
I think everyone should be prepared to defend themselves with guns.
Absolutely.
Because that is an important right that you have as a citizen. You know what? And you can be mad at me about that all you want, but it is what it is. Because no matter which way you lean, there's people that are going to try to hurt you on the opposite side.
Yeah.
So better to be equipped with the same things. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. I mean, that's a literal
this ain't Call of
statement.
Duty, baby.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know, man. I don't want to get into that, but
I feel it. Yeah. It's
dude,
frustrating as hell.
All of that is stupid and doo-doo caca. And all I got to say is kind of like what I said at our last show.
You getting uncomfortable over
Dude,
there?
My little pillow's getting a little weird.
My lumbar pillow is getting weird.
My lumbar pillow is getting down in my booty crack.
He said it. He said, you heard it here first, folks.
My booty crack.
On Big Boys Talking podcast. Booty crack.
Booty crack. But yeah, like I said at our last show, I said, you know, there's too many people on the right, there's too many people on the left, and all they do is this.
They talk.
Shut up. Like, shut up. Be the change you want to see in this world. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
Real talk. And also, like when it comes to like you saying, like talking and talking and talking, I want to be honest with you. I want to be really, really seriously honest with you. It's 2021. The next presidential election isn't until 2024. If we could put the campaigns in our back pocket for like a year and a half, that would be so swag. I would be super happy. I would be a lot more happy talking to people.
Right.
It would be really cool. And left, dude, all my Democrat friends are worse about talking about Trump than any of the Trump people I know are about talking about Biden. So just shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
shut the fuck up.
Shut the hell up.
You know what? We should shut the fuck up. Just kidding. We're going to talk.
This is our here. Because this ain't Big Boys Shut the Fuck Up. It's Big Boys Talking.
Big Boys Shut the fuck up. We should, for like our 50th episode special, we should release that, and it's just like 35 minutes of nothing. It's just like dead silence, and it's just called Big Boys Shut the Fuck Up.
That's amazing. I don't think we could do it.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
It'd be like that. No, what we should do is we should do, remember that show on MTV, Silent Library?
Where we try to do funny things and not talk and laugh?
That's what we should do.
Dude, can we find a sound meter, though? Something that, well, I mean, I guess.
I'll make it.
There's something that reads decibels.
Any
ghost hunters, if you could reach out to us with your ghost hunting equipment.
Oh, God, now we've reached into another thing I don't want to be a part of. Paranormal investigators. My worst nightmare is being trapped in a room with nothing but like paranormal investigators and really like tightwad nerd culture people.
Yeah, I was going to say, my biggest nightmare is being trapped in a room full of people that really, really, Austin, don't get mad at me if you watch this, love D&D.
D&D's cool, but
it's
God,
super cool.
Chill, bro.
Dude, I accidentally said the words D&D, well, the letters, at work today.
You got punished.
Dude,
it
was a dude that I've never talked to before, which I'm at a different facility, so whatever. Like I haven't talked to a lot of people before. But man, I have never talked to him before, and he punished me for like 20 minutes on lunch.
Dude, I just imagine like, I know he's probably close to you, but I just imagine like he's on the other side of the fucking facility, and you're just like, yeah, man, D&D, and all of a sudden it's just like, it's like a camera zoom. It's like the Evil Dead camera. And he goes to him and he goes, Someone said it. He just runs on all fours to you like, did someone say D&D?
I was like standing outside talking to my friends, that I have up there that I talk to every day, and I was like, yeah, somebody mentioned D&D, and I was talking about our Star Wars one, the love triangle and stuff. Well, we had a crazy Star Wars D&D that got started and never took off. And he was just like, you like D&D? I'm not trying to make fun of his voice. It's just the way he sounds. And I'm like, oh, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And, whoa, man. He was like, yeah, I'm going to be starting. I have a plan to start an all bards D&D playthrough here soon. It's going to be really funny. It's just going to be like a battle of the bands, essentially. I was like, if you can't see my face because you're listening to this, I'm rolling and crossing my eyes at the same time. It hurt my head.
Little Sergeant Slaughter does not like that.
He says,
no, sir.
No, sir.
Oh, man. Oh,
this has just been big boys complaining.
Yeah, dude. Let's talk about something that's pretty
cool. Fun? Do we have cool stuff?
Halo Infinite multiplayer drops.
Yo. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, I never had... That was a burp.
Easy.
I never had a console that could play online multiplayer video games growing up. The last console that my parents bought me.
And my chest tattoo's itchy. So it's here if you're watching.
Whoa.
I'm going to get it finished in a couple weeks.
It's awesome.
It's cool stuff. My boy Matt Stassi at Lucky Lady Tattoos hooked it up. If you're in Richmond, Kentucky or around the area, hit up my boy. I think on Instagram it's Matt Stassi Tattoos, which is Stassi is Stasi. Sorry to interrupt, but it was so itchy right now, and I want to scratch it so bad.
Don't you ever apologize to me ever again. You better.
Okay.
What was that? Oh. No. Yeah, my parents.
Yes, parents.
They didn't buy me video games because I was stupid. That's what they said. But I got a PlayStation 2 in like 2006, and that was the last console I had until this year. Literally this year when I bought an Xbox and then bought a PC.
We bought a lot of things during COVID.
Yeah, we really did. But man, let me
I
tell
bought
you,
a freaking computer, dude.
Yeah, we both did. We're
puberty now.
Compuberty.
I got hair on my balls. I got balls on my hair.
Dude, I bet Egg's going to be like, ew. Because Egg watches this. You guys don't know. Anyways, yeah, it's really fun. It's really cool and exciting, and I feel like I'm 13, even though I never got to experience being 13 this way.
All right.
That's all I had to say. That was a long story in order for me to say that it's fun.
It really is. See, I had that. So, like, my mom was single by the time I was like, I think they split when I was like 14 or 15 officially. Yeah. I had a stepdad up until then, and so like it was kind of normal life up until then, and like we had the Nintendo, then we had the Super Nintendo, then we got a PlayStation and Nintendo 64. It was kind of like one of those things when it dropped, we got it. But then after that, it kind of just quit. But it was around the time Xbox 360 was happening and Halo 2 and Halo 3 came out.
2008, 2009.
Yeah, that's when like that was the heydays of like Richmond and Berea, Kentucky metalcore, hardcore happening.
Yeah,
where like we had to do Audity and stuff, and it was crazy to think about being like a 16-year-old kid. And I remember booking a show, and I had $250 pay. It was $10 at the door, and the venue cost me $200, and the tour package cost me $500. I still had a lot of money. Right. I ended up I took the entire tour package out to eat at Steak and Shake in Richmond. I got them it was. There was only one hotel at the time that was by it. Whatever that one is, the
Best Western.
Best Western.
Yeah.
Or no, it's the one right next to Steak and Shake.
Yeah, it's the Best Western.
Is that a Best Western?
Big ass sign that's always blue.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it was that. I got them hotel rooms, and I still had like $800.
Ballin'.
Yeah, dude. And I remember my friend Aaron Wilson had an extra Xbox 360.
Yeah.
and he bought a copy of Halo 3 for me so we could play together.
Mm-hmm.
We lived in a duplex. My room butted up against our neighbor's computer room, and his router and Wi-Fi box was right there. And I'm pretty sure he had a crush on my mom, because I asked him if he'd care if I used his Wi-Fi to play video games and like get on MySpace or whatever it was at the time.
Yeah.
He was like, "No, not at all." And then he would be like, "How's your mom doing?" And I'm like, "Cool, man, go kiss her." So I literally took my laptop, and there was a way you could set your laptop up to be a router.
Yeah.
And I hardwired to my PlayStation, so my laptop's sitting right up against the wall, feeding right off the Wi-Fi connection, hardwired to my Xbox, and I had like perfect connection. Played Halo 3.
This man was playing Halo 3.
Yeah, and then like
what about ODST?
I wasn't big in it. Halo 3 was
liked
ODST was cool, but
it should have just been DLC instead of a whole new game.
yeah, yeah.
I think you and everyone else who ever played Halo ever agrees.
Like Halo 3 was one of those games. Like Halo 2 was freaking awesome, and then Halo 3 was like, yo, this is cool, but have you tried it on cocaine?
Yeah.
And it was like, whoa! And dude, I probably easily put thousands upon thousands of hours into that game.
Seeing like how many hours I've racked up playing Apex, like for short stints after work,
Yeah.
it lets me know that my homies that used to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, used to play Halo,
Yeah.
used to play Battlefields,
Yeah.
Bad Company and stuff, y'all put thousands of hours into those games.
Yeah, dude. It's
Big
insane.
sweats.
I do, and I mean, it got to the point where like we'd go play tournaments and stuff, or I'd go join tournaments and stuff.
Do you like
we
local tournaments and stuff?
Yeah, we had like a little used game store here for a while downtown. I think it was called Instant Replay or something like that. That place was cool. They would host Halo tournaments and Smash Bro tournaments, and we'd go play those all the time.
Yeah.
I
Like
won a
LAN
couple
parties
of them.
or whatever.
Yeah, dude, so sick. That was another thing. Freaking LAN parties, man. Those were so fun.
One of my best memories ever is I was in freshman years, like 2009, dated myself, and we were at a band competition in Indianapolis. We were at like the BOA thing up there, like the Grand Nationals or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we got to stay there all weekend because win or lose, like we were going to watch the whole competition.
Right, absolutely.
And so first night we get up there, we have to perform the next day, and so they're all like, okay, you guys, we're not going to stay up too late tonight, but we got to the hotel at like 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And so like I started hearing like chaos outside my door, and I'm with some like nerdy like percussion kids, so we're all just like, we stand in the front, and we like peek out our door, and like 4 rooms have Ethernet cables, 100-foot, slinging back and forth. They have a LAN party going on at the hotel.
That rules.
We were playing Xbox on like, I think there was like 5 different rooms that were connected that were all playing games together. It wasn't, and we would just pass back and forth. Oh, I died. The game's over. Who wants to play now?
That's so sick.
It was one of the best times ever. And we did it every single night we were up there, because what else are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Dude,
good times.
We would go to.
We played Left 4 Dead too.
Dude,
that's also what we played.
So fun.
Oh my gosh, Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah, we played. We would get together because Halo 3 introduced Big Team, which is like 12. I think you can have up to 12 people on the server at once, and I remember it would be about 12 of us, so it'd be 6 on 6, and dude, we would have 3 Xboxes downstairs, sometimes 4, to split up between everybody.
Yeah. And
Aaron would bring his projector, and we projected on the big white wall, so we just had this huge like screen to look at. And then Matt downstairs, they had a big TV downstairs we could hook up to.
Yeah.
And then somebody else would bring like one of their TVs. And we were just all down in that basement, just a bunch of dudes playing video games.
Dudes, wires, and video games.
Drinking Mountain Dew, baby.
Yep. So many Mountain Dews.
Man, I legitimately miss those days. I couldn't hang now, though.
No.
I'll be real with you. Even when I try to stay up late, if I make it to 1 o'clock, I'm partying.
Dude, I like got home a few weeks ago, and I was like, I'm gonna get home and play video games all night because I haven't done that in a long time. I got home, I was playing.
Yeah.
I like looked. Yeah, and I started like I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so bad. Like my eyes couldn't keep focused and stuff. And I was like, I think I gotta hang it up. What time is it? I looked at the clock and it was like 12:45. I was like, woo, all nighter, baby.
Yeah. Woo, 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 woo.
Better cash in early. You know, don't want to be up when my parents wake up.
Dude, it's amazing how like it'll be Friday night and like it's 10 o'clock and I'm like, I'm going to bed.
The other day when I was like, I'm going to sleep, and he was like, what? I was like, it's 10 o'clock. What do you want from me? I got to wake up at 5:30. I got a job. I got to drive to Lexington.
I don't know how he does it. He's a vampire or something.
Vampire.
He doesn't sleep. I don't know. You crazy, baby.
Drain. It's the Smashing Pumpkins song, but it's about Adam.
Oh, God. That's amazing.
This one's been a little unhinged, buddy.
I like it.
His face rub into the I like it. How long are we going?
Oh, we almost hit at
man.
the 38.
Whoa.
36 this
36.
time. We
Hey.
could.
Hey, you know, on that. Put some beeps in this one.
Yeah, that'll be a beat for sure. 110%. Holy shit, dude.
Woo! I just said a bunch of funny things. You didn't hear them, but they were really funny, and John's not scared. Sabu.
Help.
So,
We'll beep that too. Oh, God. I hate it. I hate everything. Yeah. I don't know. I talked about what I wanted to talk about.
yeah, and I talked about what you wanted to talk about. And I don't really
Did you
know
have
what
anything you want to talk
I don't
about?
really know. It's been just been a normal week.
I heard that.
You know, working a lot.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot to say,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you what I do have to say.
What it?
I have to say that just one last time, we
Are
here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think that's. Wait.
Wait.
Hang on. Nah, I don't have anything.
All right.
Anyways, I love you guys, and John loves you too. And 1, 2, 3,
Big boys talking. Podcast.
Get yours now. We rockin', big boys talking. Got my Nikes on. John's crockin'. It might be shocking. It's just big boys talking. Turkeys flocking. Big boys talking. Apple sausage. Big boys talking.